difference for me this time around to now, it's just the timing of everything, really. Just where I was at the time, coming from Tennessee, went out to New York. It kind of reminded me a little bit of like the SC, like market being in the city, in that aspect, and that's where I leaned towards. Kenny Galladay was there, Saquon, so I was looking at the offensive weapons. I do remember James Bradbury being there. So just putting those pieces together and seeing what's there, Leonard Williams, a guy that I know, Jabril Peppers, it was more comfortable for me because I know a lot of players, had some people from SC, whether it was staff or players there. So at the time, it was perfect for me.
We'll go to Martin and then Bob.
Hey, Dory, welcome to Philly.
I apologize for cutting you off. The
I wanted to
mic
ask,
cutting
just
out.
kind of like following up
Yeah, you're just
on that
going
a
in and
little
out.
bit. All right,
Sound like a couple
well,
of
if
my
you can't
homies
hear
on
the
the video
question, I'll try
game.
to repeat it.
No, you all good. They mics
All
be
right,
crazy over there.
yeah, sorry about that.
No, you all good.
I was wondering, what made you want to sign like a 1 year kind of prove it deal here. It seems like a lot of you guys have, like you, Aziz, Josh Uche, and was that kind of based on the success that like guys like Zach Bond and Makai Becton had last year here?
No, it's just based off of me. I feel like I always take a leap of faith and bet on myself. Coming from Illinois, East St. Louis, going all the way to California to pursue a dream of being where I'm at now. So it's just a testament of I always banked on myself and kept faith, kept working, kept grinding, competing. I knew one day, the storm was going to end. I would get to where I want to be. So it's no different now. It was just 10 years later, I would say, or a little bit longer, but the motto is still the same. Come in and work, put your head down, grind, and, let the Lord do what he do.
We'll go to Bob and then Brooks.
Hey, Dory, did you talk to James at all before signing to get some inside info on Philly at all? And what do you still want to prove in your career? I mean, you're almost 30. You're kind of on the back end, but what do you want to prove? What do you want to get done in your career before you're done?
I actually didn't talk to JB prior to signing. I usually, I don't want to say it's a weird thing with me. I usually don't want to have any pre-notions or stereotypes of what I'm getting myself into. So I like to figure out myself and give it a fair shot. Whereas I'm meeting everybody, I'm understanding everything, how I need to understand it, because I can go back to when I was at SC, and which is random. But a lot of people used to say like, man, I didn't like Lane Kiffin as a coach, but some people did. And so hearing that, it makes me think like, well, I don't want to go there. So I don't like to have an explanation of what to expect when I'm getting somewhere. So I didn't talk to James Bradbury. But for me, just to keep getting better. Now that's really what I care about, improving. Just keep going. I feel like it don't stop now. I feel great. My body's great. Still can move fast. My mental's great. The only thing I'm trying to prove now is to myself that, this is what I want to do as a kid. This is what I love to do. This is just what I do. You know what I mean? So regardless of the money, I came in not playing for money. So everybody talk about a 1 year, prove it. It's never been about the money. It's all been about the love of the game. So that's why I do it.
We'll go to Brooks and then Dave.
Hey, Adoree. I'm curious. It's a young crew here. A couple of rookies that were getting into the mix last year, and it's a young mix. So where you came in with no preconceived notions. I mean, what did you make of the makeup here, and kind of your fit there as a veteran, and what you're able to do within Vic's game?
Just being a football player, understanding scheme, seeing ball, watching tape, seeing the things that they do. Obviously, I did talk to Saquon. He's a competitor. He competes. And the first thing he said was, they just like you. Just let it compete. We compete at everything. And pretty much that's all I needed to know. As long as somebody wanted to compete, whether it's playing rock, paper, scissors, playing cards, we can be swimming, don't matter. As long as we competing and trying to get to it, I appreciate that. So that's the only preconceived notion that I had about the type of guys that were and how they competed. And then just watching tape, I've seen what they've done. I know Slay. I know he don't go by his first name, so I know Big Play Slay. And seeing the things that he's done and how he's done, like you said, he was on his back end of his year. As you said, he's 34 and been playing at a high level. So one of those things that I do look at is seeing somebody who's doing it as high as he is, and still doing it and is great at it. So earlier you mentioned age. I think it really doesn't matter. So I'm excited about that. And being one of the oldest in the room is cool. I came in one of the youngest. It's just the circle of life. Um, it's a part of the game. So I appreciate being able to be in this position. The Lord has blessed me to have some longevity to be able to reach this age and now to be able to give back and help. And it's the same way the young guys can help me out because they doing stuff that I probably never trained to do because it's just different times. So I'm excited for the opportunity.
We'll go to Dave and then Rube.
Adoree, just wondering if you had a chance to really watch any of Quinyon Mitchell or Cooper DeJean last year and what your impressions of them were as rookies.
I'm not gonna lie, I really liked Mitchell. I remember saying it. I don't know what game we were watching on tape. I'm like, damn, I haven't seen a rookie play that well. It's been a while. And then Cooper doing his thing. Um, yeah, that was a trip because they had the thing about first white DB to play since whatever. So to see him thrive and do his thing, and being a DB, it made me smile. So it's always cool to see somebody else, especially in the position that you're in, knowing how tough it is, and the stuff that you go up against, and to see those two thrive, especially at a young age, it put a smile on my face.
We'll go to Rube and then Ed.
Hey, wanted to ask what you remember about Christmas Day 2023 at the link. You had a long pick six against Jalen. What you remember about the play and what that play meant to you?
If I can be honest, that was my first pick six. I don't want to say it didn't mean much, but at the same time, I knew what type of game it was and what was about to happen. We were still down. Really what I remember about that game is right after the pick six, it was a third and hella long, like third and whatever. A.J. Brown hits a comeback. I'm out the game because I need oxygen. They throw a comeback on our sideline. It was deep right. He made like a deep comeback. He caught it on third and 20-something. They convert and they go down there and score. And so the game goes from being down maybe 3 to being able to swing the game back to our way to win it to now it's back out of reach. So that's really what I only remember. I'm thankful I got my first pick six then, but we didn't win. So it's like whatever. But I do remember that next drive, third down, super long. I was having, I'm like, oh, we for sure getting off the field. Oxygen tank. And then I had to get back out there after that. So that's really what I remember about on Christmas Day.
We have time for 2 more, so we'll go to Ed and then Chris.
Yeah, hey, Adoree, sorry. Just to ask you, how has your game evolved through the years? This is, I think, your 9th year coming up in the league. How has your game changed at all? Do you approach the off season any differently, in terms of conditioning and things like that?
I think my game has changed from physically, my standpoint of my body. I came in running track, going both ways at USC, and then finally being able to play DB fully and not have to go to track or do any offense. So I think my game physically has changed, just how my body structure is, how I go about the game, how I approach it, the way I pedal, the way I press. It's completely night and day. Just understanding the game, learning the game. I remember coming in, obviously the hashes are smaller, the numbers are different. The hashes are bigger, the numbers are a little closer. So understanding splits, alignment, my assignment, different techniques. And I also think mentally, being able to be thrown in the fire early. My first game was versus Michael Crabtree and Amari Cooper versus the Raiders. So to have that experience and then go to the playoffs, I think that helped mold me. And shout out to Mike Mularkey, Dick LeBeau, and Deshae Townsend for being a key piece to helping me that year. So I think physically and mentally, I've just been getting better. Yeah.
We'll finish here with Chris.
Hey, Adoree. Now, what's been your view of this Eagles-Giants rivalry that's happened? And with a few extra ex-Giants now on this team, how do you think that's going to change that rivalry at all, if any at all?
The first thing I was thinking is, man, I think of USC versus UCLA. I had one of my high school teammates go to UCLA. So we always talk trash, banter, go back and forth. But you understand when it's rival, regardless of that's your partner or not, or regardless what's going on. We line up. You know what I mean? So I think nothing changes as rivalry aspect. I pretty much try to treat every game like they may be my rival because you never know when you might have to see him again or you might not see him again. Next you know, he think he got the best of you. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where you just you relish in the moment. You're excited to be in situations like that to go against a rival to compete, and that's what you want. You don't want to have a rival and you lose to the rival from high school, whatever it may be, middle school. Anytime you had a rival from whatever it may be, you always wanted to beat them, no matter if you was with them previously. I done played Pop Warner and went to another team. It didn't matter who I was playing, even though it was my homies. We get into it. So just ready to get to work, get to it, compete, have fun, compete, have fun, and compete and have fun. So that's what I'm looking forward to.